The conversation continues in Setting Your Goals, Part 2. So before we move into the next segments, because we're starting to move into the documentation component, you are going to be starting to set your goals, the big broader goals. So whether you're a student or an adult, you're going to be setting those out on the tables that are set out in your study guide. But I want to give you an idea of why this is so important. Okay, so there are 3 reasons really why it's very helpful to write things down. Number 1 is that by committing your thoughts to paper, what happens is that it frees the mind from thinking about that. You don't have to remember it. Second thing is you actually are strengthening your memory by doing that. And the third thing is you're actually directing your thoughts into action. So by actually taking that, you're taking thought energy that you're actually generating with your brain, and it's actually going through your arm and writing it down onto a piece of paper. And this is actually a really, really powerful technique. And it's really because it helps to transmute the thought energy into doing energy that actually helps you to achieve those goals. Now, this is really why, as you'll notice in the study guide, that there are spaces and blank spaces for you to complete as we go through the program, to be able to write down, your thoughts and your experiences, and your making notes to yourself and plans, strategic decisions, and keeping track of things. It's really, really helpful in terms of being able to ultimately be successful. So the writing down is a strategy that I'll use directly, particularly in the time management component of the seminar, and also the stop worry segment of the program in Module 4.
Right, David, I have a question for you.
Okay, shoot.
In regards to writing things down,
okay.
You mentioned that it frees up your mind, it strengthens your memory, and by writing it down, by writing your goals down, you're transmuting your thoughts onto paper.
Yes.
Now, will it be more effective if I write it down and just read it every now and then, or write it down every day? Which way is more effective?
Yeah, good. Those are valuable questions that I think that a lot of people have, when they ask about, the whole element of writing goals down. There's two answers to this. Number 1 is, first of all, when you're looking at your larger goals, it's the process of achieving the goals and the things you want is a process of constant reinforcement. So sometimes it is just a question of reading and rereading your goals, as you'll see in one of the upcoming exercises. But the other thing is that when you're going through a daily plan of action, because your action plan is really the thing where you're writing down things step by step as you're going through them, because every single day is about building your bigger goal, right? So it's the small goals to the bigger goals. It's like the thing I was talking about in thinking about success in one of the earlier sessions. So yes, number 1, write them down every day and look at them, and we'll go through actually building a profile every day and reviewing them at the end of the day, but also going back and rereading them on a consistent basis. So goal setting needs to become a habit, and that then has become something that gets wired into the brain as just something that you do. And the earlier we can establish that, of course, we were talking about the youngsters there, the earlier they can do that, then the more successful they're going to end up being.
Definitely.
Okay, thanks for your question.
It's a pleasure.
And now it's time for you to commit your goals to writing, starting in Part 3. We'll see you there.